He'll finally get some work, eh?
Okay, let's get started then. Be happy to be going. So, just as long as you're aware of the camera back there, Joanne, you can put your camera anywhere you like, if you want to set it beside mine. And then I will provide copies of the training today so that you all can get some follow-up. My whole intention here is to develop a community that I can come back to and train consistently, and all of you are getting better every time I show up, so I can give you more and more. The challenge with like seminars is that most of the time it's a new cycle of people, so you're constantly just teaching the beginning level stuff. And as nice as it is to travel, it's just way more fun to show up and just be able to get in the weeds with everybody, ready to go. So I'm looking forward to helping you all develop if you're committed to learning more and more from me and for any other resources you can find. But I would really, really love to see you all get better so I can come back and give you more. So Pete, just can you take a look and see if I'm in frame here?
Yes, sir.
And we're rolling, yeah?
Yeah, and you're rolling.
Excellent. All right, so I'm gonna, those of you who have seen this before, I'll reintroduce you to the salutation that I practice in my school. I do it in Tagalog, which is the main language of the Philippines, or as it's known as Filipino. It's more Taglish, basically. But I try to keep it as closer to its original roots. That was the language I spoke in my home with my family. There are like 187 different languages and dialects in the Philippines. I chose this one because this is the one I speak. I encourage everyone to use this salutation once you've learned it in the language of your choice or your heritage. So it doesn't have to be Filipino even. If you're speaking French, you say it in French if you like, to a French-speaking community. Mostly because pamana means heritage, legacy, inheritance. And my intentions with the training is to help everybody awaken and get in touch with the warrior cultures and warrior class of your heritage. Because without the warriors, your society doesn't exist, right? Or it changes significantly when another society or culture comes in and takes over and puts their culture in place of yours, which happened to us in the Philippines. And then after 300 years, we were able to fight back and figure that all out, right? So it's an idea that this training, hello Fred, welcome. This training isn't just about like sticks and knives and fighting. It is about getting in touch with your warrior DNA, yeah? Okay, handa means get ready, handa, and traditional attention stance. Right? And then I'll say pugay, and then we'll open up left hand, left foot, right foot, same time. And I'll recite it. You don't have to recite it. Just do your best to follow my arm, leg movements, my postures. Ihahandog ko ang aking sarili na may bukas ng aking pag-isipan at puso. And then we're gonna kneel as comfortable as you can get on this floor. I like to sit all the way down to my ankle for the deepest level of kneel, but if it's not possible for you, if it's physically difficult, then don't worry about it. Ang kamay ng pagkakaibigan ang mas matimbang kaysa sa kamay ng digmaan. Tatanggapin ko po ang lahat ng aking napag-aralan sa loob ng aking panisipan at puso. Wala sa aming lugong dadaloy. Guro, salamat. And then, we'll stand up and we'll do it in English. We'll translation for you. Ready? Handa? Pugay, get ready. I present myself with an open mind and an open heart. There's nothing in mind, open heart. I acknowledge that the hand of friendship is superior to the hand of war. I take what I've learned into my mind and my heart, and may we shed no blood. Guru, your teacher, and this is to your ancestors and to all your teachers. Salamat po. Thank you. And so, I present it to you. I say thank you because as students, you're also my teachers. I learned to be a better teacher, a better communicator, a better practitioner by having the opportunity to teach and practice with you. Yeah, and within at least the lineage that I'm presenting, this art is that the guru is not, someone with some grand poobah master title with any level of authority outside of the knowledge that they have to impart is that I am someone further along the path, and I'm shining a light on that path for you. And you know, hey, there's some pitfalls over here. Watch out. You might want to watch out for that. And if you don't, that's okay. You might learn your lesson. So we'll keep moving. Yeah. All right. So today is a smaller space, so we're going to do close quarter work. What we're going to do is, if we have enough, if we can lend some or pull out your blades or blade trainers or a stick or a spoon because it hurts more. So take them out now. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it hurts more.
Are there some?
Yes. Yeah, I was raised here. Did you want to borrow one?
I would love to borrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I only have one. There we go.
And then I got married in
How's it going?
the States in
I see you.
2000. St. John's High.
I'll go with plastic.
You never have a small world, right? You got a lot of family.
And this one.
I lived a little bit more. I lived by the, but I went to Daniel.
Okay. Yeah, oh, I have
And then it
tons of friends from Daniel.
In the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how old you
Well,
Oh,
I
I guess-
graduated in '92.
Stay away from the,
University of Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. We got a couple years.
Okay, so I just need to get a baseline as to where you're at with any experience with knife training from any arts, or does anybody have previous training? I know people who've trained with me, and training outside of what you learned from me.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Just a little bit with Guru Dante.
Okay, cool. So, okay, let's just start from the beginning again, just to get a refresher, and I'll quickly evolve the training from there. All right, so I'll face you first so you can see the basic 5 angles of attack, where we typically have our weapon side lead because it gives us the greatest range, right, for reach and range for distance. If you have an opposite side lead, it shortens your range, but there are reasons for this as well. There is a preference when you're at distance and you need to close distance, you want this range. When you get in close quarters, sometimes you need to step back in order to fight closer. Make sense? Because things get a lot more difficult to have this arm extended. All right, so we're gonna have that right hand. We're gonna do from the shoulder to the hip, angle 1, reach out, and use the tip like you're drawing a line through the air. And then the left shoulder to the hip, angle 2. And then from here, we're gonna go 3, palm up, make sure that is horizontal. And then 4. And then here's a very important point for me is that I teach this position, angle 5, you're gonna index to your hip with your fist behind your thigh. And you're gonna thrust upwards in a vertical ellipse, okay? An elliptical shape here, moving vertically. There are people, and as when I was originally taught this angle, that taught a horizontal ellipse, and I'll show you why I prefer the vertical ellipse. I have a predilection for functionality in all my training. I care that it's going to work under pressure. And then, once I've understood that and practiced it well enough under pressure, okay, now we can get artful with it. And I love the artfulness of it because it is healing and restorative and good for you. But, may I borrow you, sir? Thank you. So we'll salute to each other. Back of the hand to the head, right? Butt of the knife to your heart. So it's the same as this. That's what that means, yeah? And eventually it's just casual. It doesn't have to be, oh, keep out lower, I got out lower, right? None of that. It's just very casual and relaxed, okay? Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I'm just gonna show the targeting for this horizontal ellipse, right? If I'm gonna thrust, I wanna get it in there, and yes, there is a good reason for this horizontal position with the knife. A horizontal 5 goes right down the middle into his belly button or his gut, his viscera. But the natural reaction when you get, maybe say this is like a branding iron for cattle, right? What would you do if you saw this coming at you? You're like, yeah, right, exactly, right? Or if it comes at you so fast, is you want to back up, right? You're not, right? This is often taught as a defense. It's a hollow body curve, right? But the reason for vertical ellipse is if I'm in range, proper range, which means I can actually hit them without having to take a step or a single step. Okay, a single step, this vertical ellipse goes right up into his perineum.
Yeah.
Right, and I unplug the drain and everything flows out. Now if he likes his perineum intact, what's he gonna do? He's gonna pull it away. So here, he pulls it away. If he doesn't jump, because it's fast, because it's so fast, he does the hollow body, I get the heart or the gut. And if he hollow bodies even further, I can get right up in there. So that's where I'm mitigating for error. I can reach in and get as deep as possible, plus it's going down the center line. I'm not giving him time to evade, right? If he hollow bodies out of that, steps out, he has time to evade. Does that make sense? And then when we're sparring with padded knives, which I call Q-tips, and I'll bring a bunch next trip, and that way there's fewer injuries. You'll find opportunities to explore timing and distance and targeting.
I noticed too, coming in low versus mid-range, harder to
see,
peripherally catch.
right?
Especially when you're doing it quick.
Exactly. So from
I'm
here,
looking here like, oh,
right, take a look. Can you
screw.
see the knife?
I don't see it right
You
now.
can't see the knife.
And all of
Which
a
is
sudden,
why it's here.
I've got an extra hole.
Yeah.
I'm,
He's got 3 holes now. All right, so angle 1, thank you. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do I do with my left hand? A lot of people will index to their chest to keep it out of the way, right? Many reasons for doing that. Some people, fencers or saber fencers, will have it behind them, right? But in Filipino martial arts, this is the hunter and this is the thief, and we'll explain the thief later. And that you're hiding behind your weapon, right? Or you're riding right behind the hunter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah? So there's an active nature to the left hand. Nothing is ever one-handed if you've got 2 hands. Both hands are active at all times. And they're not offense-defense, they're both offense. The left hand is the counter-offensive hand. What it does is it sets up opportunities for the hunter. Yes? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a hard and fast rule. You can just have it hovering sort of in the middle here to protect this, right? It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. Yeah? So work on that. Name it to claim it. So use the words 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll get a neural pathway that reminds you of this, and you won't even need a video to remember these 5 angles. Yes? And go. I'll give you like 1 minute. Imagine the targets now. With knife work, it can be many things, but I like to start lethal and then dial back as far as I can. So lethal targets for 1 and 2 are the carotid artery, jugular vein, trachea, right? 1, 2. 3 and 4 is the spleen and the liver, or the viscera, just underneath the diaphragm. Anything in here, getting a good deep cut, past 3 inches, will get the organs. In general, I know there are a lot of people with more than 3 inches. And then 5 are those particular targets. So choose a target for number 5. So let's get that hand up. Yeah, and get in here. Bring it center, not out here. Here. Yeah, well, because you want this hand in case I get this. Yeah, you want to have this ready to go. Yeah. All right, excellent. Time. So let's talk about lines in fencing, because this is where a lot of the theory comes from, is that this center here, right down here, is your center line, and you want to close that line with your weapons. Okay, so from here, I have this here already closing the line, and I have this here, right? This is sacrificial. It's going to take a hit if it's blade to blade. If it's Mike, this is Michael, longtime friend, brother-in-law. From here, if this is not stopping a weapon ahead of time, preempting it, it's taking a hit to save your life. You just gotta know that's gonna happen. From here, when you're closing lines, this is wide open, this is for stunts and camera and stage. From here, I'm already closed with my weapon's already closed. If you can see that, you can see that if you're gonna try to enter into here with your bare hand, you're putting your hand into a blender. That's how you should feel if I'm doing this, right? If you try to touch me at all, anywhere here that is vital, you should be afraid you're gonna get cut. But look for the opportunities now when I do it this way. Can you see where you can touch me? Yeah, and it's not particularly where, it's when. So it's timing, right? What is I think I told this joke last time I was here. What is the secret to comedy? Timing! Fuck! Right? All in the timing of it. It's not speed. It's not power. So don't aim to be fast. Aim to be on time, which is slightly earlier than expected. Now, if you were too early, say you're like the white brother-in-law at a Filipino gathering, you showed up on time when you got the invitation, it said 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is for family because they're expecting them to show up at 6. So if you showed up at 5, you got something to learn because you're going to be cooking with the family right now. Does that make sense? Don't show up too early. So from here, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to index here. I'm going to ask you again, sir, because you're right in front of me. You're going to scarecrow for me like this. Yes, very good. And then I'm going to touch the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to touch that target. You're welcome. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's no touch. This is touch. Index. We call it check. The definition of a check, so no, I'll use more of in combat, is a momentary stoppage, right? And it creates an opportunity, okay? You can choose what to do with that check. So if he gives me a backhand angle 2 to my neck, that's an angle 1, an angle 2, right there, I'm gonna stop this momentarily to buy me time to cut. That's a check, right? The checking on the body, however, gives me opportunities to move on. Right? And why would I just do that? Make one cut and disappear on him? The principles are for battlefield. And then I don't have to finish you because I got a team behind me to finish you. My goal is to slow you down and injure you. Or I can just leave you bleeding on the battlefield so 2 more of your buddies can pick you up and I've got 3 people off the field. Make sense? Okay, thank you. So hand check 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the air, and then we're gonna scarecrow with each other. Yes? Okay, go. Practice that to the air for like half a minute. Imagine yourself indexing, and remember to index here at the thigh for that angle 5. Yeah. This index also is designed to teach you to draw from where it's holstered, right? It also trains weapon retention as well. So if I've got a weapon in holster, I'm here if someone's trying to grab it. And if this is the strongest position I can be in to protect it. Okay, so now get a partner. Salute to your partner. Get a partner. And you can do it in 3s as well if there's uneven numbers.
I would work scarecrow.
What?
It's been a while, Mr. Burns. You have a good
One over there. Oh.
So it's indexing on each one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As fast as you, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you.
There's a difference.
3, 4.
I'm gonna pull this out.
1.